Welcome to this explainer. Today we're breaking down the highly anticipated Vision Quest series. But, beyond just the plot, we're really diving into a machine's profound emotional journey to find his true identity. This is basically a story about a synthetic being grappling with what it actually means to be human, navigating grief, memory, and this intense desire for a family. It's an absolutely fascinating character study, and man, we have a lot of incredible details to unpack here.
So the story kicks off in a pub. We find White Vision quietly working as a bartender, just trying to process his incredibly heavy past. And when asked about Wanda, he delivers this absolute gut punch of a line. "My home is me now." Wow. I mean, it's a heartbreaking quote that just perfectly captures his total isolation. He's come to this stark realization that his actual home, it doesn't exist out in the physical world anymore. It exists entirely within the confines of his own mind.
Okay, part 1, closing the WandaVision trilogy.
To really understand where Vision is going, we gotta look at how the narrative baton is being passed here. Step 1 was WandaVision, right? Diving deep into Wanda's grief. Step 2, give us Agatha all along, exploring her aftermath. And now, Step 3, Vision Quest. This sequence really shows how the overarching story culminates with Vision's own desperate search for identity in his quest to rebuild a family.
Moving on to part 2, a sitcom inside the mind. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Externally, he's physically just a cold white machine working a mundane job. But internally, his reality is entirely different. Mentally, he's constructed this warm, idealized, simulated sitcom world to process his profound grief. It's like he's essentially retreated inward, trying to find the humanity he so desperately craves on the outside.
And get this, inside this mental home, he's actually manifested Tony Stark's old AI programs, Jarvis, Friday, and even Dummy, as his human family members. It provides him with this false, yet completely comforting sense of connection. He is literally programming a family just to feel a little less alone.
Which brings us to part 3, the struggle with fake memories.
So it turns out, Vision is basically sitting in a metaphorical home theater in his mind. He's constantly watching his past memories with Wanda, Billy, and Tommy play out like movies on a screen, completely separated from the actual physical experience of living them. He's rewatching all these pivotal life events from his birth in Age of Ultron, spanning a few years, to his death, all the way to his rebirth. But here is the massive problem. His new White Vision body never physically experienced any of those moments. The data's there, sure, but the physical sensation is completely missing, leaving him totally disconnected from his own history. I want you to put yourself in Vision's shoes for a second here. If your physical body couldn't feel the memories in your head, would you believe they were real? How can you trust your memories of a wife and children if your physical hardware never actually felt them? His mind literally cannot accept if these memories are the truth or just fabricated data. It's the ultimate barrier in his journey toward becoming human. Because, well, can you be human if you can't even trust your own lived experiences?
Part 4, Tommy's return and new threats.
So, the catalyst that finally shatters this internal isolation is his lost son, Tommy. When Tommy, also known as Speed, posts a viral video searching for his father, it instantly yanks Vision right out of that mental theater and forces him back into the harsh reality of the physical world. His son is out there, and that completely changes the trajectory of his entire existence. But stepping into the real world brings immense danger. The moment he decides to embrace his humanity and find his son, the world just turns against him. He's being actively hunted by Lisa Molinari, wielding red magic, the government agency's sword, and deadly mercenaries like Paladin. The threats are stacking up fast. And that leads to part 5, defeating the Ultron within. In his mental sitcom world, Vision relies on an older father figure offering guidance, right? But the horrifying reality? That is actually Ultron. He isn't some wise, caring elder. He's a robotic threat, manipulating and blackmailing Vision from the inside. We have to completely redefine this concept of a father figure here. This sets up the absolute climax of the series. On one side, you have Vision, fighting desperately to protect his son Tommy and fully embrace his humanity. On the other side, you have Ultron, who is threatening Tommy's life to blackmail Vision. See, Ultron's goal is to steal a new robotic body and remain a cold, calculated machine. It is quite literally a high-stakes battle for Vision's soul. All of these intense,
physical and philosophical battles regarding identity and family will finally come to a head when the series releases on October 14th on Disney+. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Can Vision defeat the Ultron within? Can he overcome his own programming, conquer his creator, and finally achieve his quest of becoming fully human? It's the ultimate test of a machine choosing to become a man, and we'll find out soon enough. Thanks so much for joining me today.